like the way this is looking. All right, let me see if I can. Yeah, no, my camera ain't looking. Sucks a little bit. Let me put some more light on me. Hold on. All right. Let me see what we got here. Let me see. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, it's a lot a little better. It's a lot and a little better at the same time, I guess. Just trying to position the camera right so that we can have some visibility. Appreciate your patience. Hey, welcome to the Wheelers Podcast. How you guys doing? Yeah, we here, we back, we live and uncut. Yeah, I hope you like the maroon. I love maroon because it's a favorable color simply because of my ancestry. American maroon, Seminole. I'll let Tariq Nasheed for a very good chronicle on a very good documentary that he did about American maroons. He was on point with a lot, but there were some things that may not have been displayed in completely, but you got to give the man props for the effort. It's impossible to hate a person because they have a passion. That's not fair. I see a lot of people attacking Tariq Nasheed for a lot of bogus reasons. And I would say that much simply because, if a man has a passion about being and even being as much as daring to be how he is, I think you should kind of back off. FBA, I'm not an FBA fan particularly, but as I said again, I have no problem with FBAs. I'm an indigenous American Indian. So why would I have a problem with him? Because he knows that he has identified Africans from Africa that have come here and have amalgamated. My uncle, was young. He like 85% American Indian, but he has a fourth great grandfather that is African. What's wrong with that? That's LBA for real. If I can find an African, shit, I'll be LBA too. I just gotta find one. I don't have no problem with it. Nothing about myself. I am in total and complete confidence in knowing and understanding and appreciating who I am in its totality. I uh, won't be changed if whatever the fuck else I discover. Simply because I know more about myself. You mean to tell me I can't know more about myself? Or why you think black people have a problem with Africans and shit like black people from America? Yeah, I always try to say we got a problem with you. It's not true. It's bullshit. It's some shit you want to believe. It's not true. Just because you tell yourself shit and you want to believe things, well, you should study your own behavior. You should study how you treat people. And you should also study what kind of wicked shit you got stored up in you for people that have never done anything to you in the first place. That's quite comical if in its totality. because you think people care about what you think when you're not even a thought. See, the problem with black and white America is the fact that we really give each other too much credit for thinking about. Black people don't think about white folks at all. I promise you, we don't. We don't have a thought in our mind thinking about what white people do, how they do it, when they do it. We don't care at the fuck all. It's not even a concern. It's not even a thought. But for some reason, we understand how we live rent free in a lot of people brain house group. Rent fucking free. It's just crazy. Let me get on this TikTok too. Let me start my TikTok. I gotta talk to my peoples on TikTok too. I fuck with them, man. They are a little rambunctious, but they cool, man. So I'm gonna get on TikTok too because I neglect TikTok a lot because of the fuckery that does go on. But at the end of the day, it's fun to have a little shit going on that's silly. So it's okay. It's okay. You can. It's fine. There they go. Oh, it's bullshit. There you go. It's thought that bullshit real wild. Wow. Yeah. Let me see. All right. Here we go. Let me go live on TikTok. I'm usually live on TikTok before I am on uh, YouTube, but I'll mix it up tonight. Let me see what kind of background I'm on. Don't run with it. Yeah, see what's going on on TikTok tonight. All right. I don't like the fucking pictures. I don't like none of the fucking pictures. None of them. I don't like none of that shit. So we're gonna run with an ancestral background. That was dope too. I found. So that's cool. Okay, what's happening? What's happening, my peoples? What happened to my peoples on TikTok? What's going on? I see you. I see you coming in the room. Thank you. Appreciate you for coming in. And thank you for YouTube. Y'all tuning in too. So I'm going on two platforms. Y'all gonna see me in two ways. So because my one platform, Restream, right? They always tell me I'm suspended. TikTok suspends me every single time I go in on Restream. They fucking suspend my ass. So let me invite a couple of people and let me I would put y'all on my Bluetooth, but I don't know. This motherfucker gonna act up tonight. So what's happening? Y'all want to talk some shit with me tonight on TikTok? That's cool. It's late night. What's happening? We can talk. But anyway, what I was talking about earlier, evolving is not changing. I don't think I introduced the show tonight, but I'm doing it now. Welcome to the Willis Podcast. Evolving. It's not changing show. So when you evolve, you really kind of stay in a space of non-change because you have to focus and you have to be in a position to have built yourself up to even participate in the position of evolving. So evolving is not changing. Changing is when you're trying to position yourself to evolve. Big difference. Big fuck. Big difference. See, when you change, you're changing. You should be changing for the better. You should be always changing for the better and positioning yourself to evolve. Big difference. Terminology would always choke up a lot of motherfucking people because you would think for yourself, well, I'm changing. I'm getting better. No. If you're changing, you're also, what I would say, you're also neglecting If you're changing in the midst of your life and you're not evolving, you're changing, but you're going to neglect something when you change. All of us go through it. But when you evolve, nothing changes. You understand the difference? Change is when you need to change. Is when you need something to be different for you. Yeah, that's how you feel like it's a selfish thing to change. You don't want to be who you are. That's when you are not happy with you. So you need to change because you ain't happy with you. You, yourself, who you divulge in day in and day out, you. But at the end of the goddamn day, you want to change because you unhappy with you. You can't evolve because you busy trying to pivot, be something else, something that you can't even identify with, but you're gonna try it any fucking way, ain't you? You like change so much. Let me tell you how change got us real fucked up. Here's what Barack Obama thinking that the world was some shit that you should do. Change, change, change. No, change ain't shit. Fuck you, change. No, you evolve. Changing is confusing because it's inevitable. Everything fucking changes. Anyway, it don't matter what the fuck you shit gonna change. But can you evolve? Because when you can evolve, you dictate the change. That involves shit like growing up, being different, accepting that you're just different. That don't mean you gotta change a goddamn thing about you. You just may be able to be in a position to affect change. Ah, big fucking difference. Evolving, it takes character, it takes time, it takes principle, it takes discipline. Yeah, all that shit. Everything. Everything. But when you don't have the ability to evolve, that's when you want to change. That's the weakness. Change in you is the weakest shit you can ever do. Because that means you copping out. That means you don't give a fuck. You want to change because you don't like your skin, your color, your nature, who you were made of. You don't like your mama, your daddy. You don't like no motherfucker about it. You just want to change. What if you can't change? What if you have to evolve? Big fucking difference. Yeah, big fucking. Everybody like to associate shit with commonalities and what they like things that everybody agree with. So they feel like they in crowd. If everybody agrees with me, that means you're wrong. No, that means everybody's fucking stupid. That don't mean I'm wrong. You gotta prove me wrong, motherfucker. But you gotta come see me to do that. You gotta stand up and actually beat me at my logic. If I'm correct, you would never get on the stage with me and tell me I'm wrong for the shit I'm saying. If you do that, you'll do some old weak ass shit like defer, never answer questions, don't even you'll default. You'll go into your default. And then you'll go into a combustion because I can't answer these questions. I don't know. You think your ego will make you spontaneously combust in front of your motherfucking eyes and mine because you couldn't take the fucking heat. I can't wait till them. I'm finna get everything going, and I wanna take some calls. I want to see what the fuck you gotta say. I want to see if you can really deal with me for real because I know you can't. It's impossible because see people don't like me because of the fact that the affiliation that I have with truth, I don't claim it to be my truth. I just telling you that we'll see what we fall out in the end. And it depends on who's telling it the best. See? Man, I'm telling you. All right. Evolving is not changing. Changing is for the weak and the feeble-minded, the the insecure. I must change because I'm so insecure. You can't evolve though. You can't let nothing change. You have to grow through it, go through it, and if it's an adversity, run through it. That's the difference. See, it's a whole game to all of this shit, man. But when you capitulate and say, let me change myself to fit this order, you have to be whole. So when you're whole, you don't have to fit an order. You just know how to position. Then, see, yeah, position. Position yourself to win. Knowing how to tap into certain energies that you should have. And if you don't have them, they ain't strong enough, strengthening those conditions so that you can be up for the task. Nobody can make you do a goddamn thing. I got reminded of that last week. Last week of my life, I got reminded. Nobody made you do nothing. You right. I responded properly. I did respond properly. But I noticed one thing with that response. It was I was running out of gas. I told you I had to take 6 days off just to really get myself together mentally and spiritually and emotionally. And it mattered. It mattered a great deal. I promise you it did. It had to. Because when you are participating in things like digital creation, podcasting, being an influencer, all of those type of elements, what you want to do is put out your best content, but also you have to take time to yourself to put out some of your best content. It matters a great deal to your audience, to people that consume your information. So I take pride in that. So I really do like to be accurate, and I really do like to align myself with the truest forms of how things are supposed to be operational, simply because the exchange is done. It's more fluid. Yeah, it's just more fluid. Meaning, I don't know how some of you motherfuckers think. But I mean fluid. I mean exchange is better because we know how to connect and relate, communicate. Yeah, some people are perverts, so you got to be real specific on these motherfuckers. So I tell you. Perversion is running rapid. That's another goddamn current event I want to talk to y'all about because, evolving is not changing. See, you got a whole bunch of studs. I talked about this before. Studs that won't dick. They women. They ain't studs. They just made up term. They pussy throb. You can only be masculine. You can be on outside of yourself for so long before your coochie say, yeah. That means you want no real gay person. You see, some people that are homosexual, gay, like trauma has played a part. Uh, Something being taken from them played a part. They don't want to admit a lot of these things because the reason why it is so prevalent in the homosexual community or the LGBTQ community is the reason why it's so prevalent because it's the so-called people that are not supposed to ever hurt people and they hurt people, like Jeffrey Epstein. Do you understand the mothers and fathers of these people they hurt, and then the mothers and fathers of these people that they hurt have to have some form of accountability in some kind of a sort simply because their child actually went through something traumatic on your watch. The reason why I say that is because I have a child and I keep a close eye on my child. And if some things are out of my control, I wouldn't know what I would. But in these and in some situations, you don't ever want to put yourself in a position that where you are negligent over your children or people's children. All this shit is about that we're going through right now. And the trauma of this country is about children, people's children. People love their children, just like I love my child. I love all of my children, meaning I have sisters, I have friends, I have brothers. They have children. And I love the fact that they take care of their children and their children has this beautiful amount of innocence, love, and purity. And some people that are human beings, that are adults, that want to take that innocence away from children. I don't want to imagine, but I can. I don't want to think shit like that really does happen, but it does. Children are precious. Children are the future. And I think they have a chance and should have the best chances on this planet to be as innocent as allowed. No touching, no perversion, no taking a soul that don't belong to you and destroying that entity. The production of a proper being, a proper person. Adults take that away from children when you harm a child just because you think like a child. Does not mean that the service that you want from a child is for you. You're sick. You should be alleviated from your duties of existing if you want to harm a child. Children are the only thing that's going to save young adults. That's why you guys are so precious. You know, the young adults. That's why you see an OG like me. I don't even like perverted young girls. I get that old man's pussy. Why? I'm your daddy's age. Come on, we got to have a little bit more decorum, please. A little bit more decorum in the room. A little bit more appreciation for existence. Something like that. The appreciation for understanding how life is precious. Yeah, it is. So, evolving is being able to be without harming, to elevate yourself without using or peddling through someone else, without vampiring and hijacking energies, stealing solutions. Shit raw, cruel, unfulfilling. But I think it's a good job when you think about the aspects and how much you do affect, because it does matter in the whole totality of ways. See, develop vision. You're gonna need it. That's the show tonight on YouTube. I'm gonna holler at TikTok for a little bit. But it's show tonight. I appreciate you for tuning in. I love and appreciate when you guys tune into the Willis Podcast and lots of shorts and all these things. No matter how you get the information, get it. Share, like, subscribe, tune in. Share, like, subscribe, tune in. Share with your friends. I'm just hollering at you. I'm just trying to put a little paint where it ain't. But check it out. This show tonight on YouTube. TikTok, we're going to rap. Come on, it's my favorite part. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. You know what it is. The wheel is go. Don't ever mistake that shit, man. Always be pimping, always be clean, always be plush. Evolving is not changing. Those things are not the same. Evolve, don't change. Peace.